Hello everyone. Wanted to film a video today to show a phenomenon that occurs in horses, especially when it is rainy, but it is warm outside. So horses have a natural body temperature that's a slightly bit warmer than humans. Humans run around 98 degrees. Horses run around 99 to 101 degrees. So it is currently 68 degrees outside, so, you know, almost 70. But the rain that is falling, it's kind of drizzling right now, is definitely cooler. Now, these horses are all standing together. They've chosen to stand here because they have a perfectly good, very large pavilion down there to stand under. But they do not want to go down there for whatever reason. And that's totally fine. You know, it's up to them what they want to do. But what I wanted to film here today, and hopefully I can capture this on the camera, is this bit of steam. I think you can see it. The steam that is coming off Shakespeare's back right now. See towards his, if True will get her nose out of my camera, stop. If you look right in this area, I'm going to back up and you'll see some steam. There it is. There's more. There's more. See that steam coming off his back? It's actually coming off all of them. Let me see if I can get some on Wyatt here. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but Wyatt is steaming as well. See that very light steam coming off of them? Okay, so now this occurs on horses when exactly what I said is happening. It's almost 70 degrees out, but the rain temperature is actually a lot cooler than obviously the air temperature. So like, you know, what happens in science is it creates steam from the horse. So especially when horses have thicker coats, like Shakespeare, even though I shaved him the other day because he does have such a thick coat, we got a lot of the excess coat off of him, but there's still some thickness here to his coat. But you know, you look at a horse like True, who just rolled in the mud, and she has steam coming off of certain areas of her body as well, but her coat's a lot shorter, so she's not going to have as much steam coming off her. Please do not get near me. You are so filthy. She just rolled and got in all that mud, and I don't want her anywhere near me at the moment because of that. But anyway, so yeah, if you happen to see a horse and you see this strange stuff coming off their back, don't get concerned. This is a very normal process. It is part of the thermoregulation within a horse's body. So that's just a way of them maintaining their core temperature, and it's not anything that you really need to worry about. So yeah, just a bit of science today. Now, one thing to note is right now this is no big deal because they're all just standing here. It's totally normal to see steam in these conditions. But if you were to take a horse in a different situation, like let's say you really, really had a hard exercise routine with them, or you went out trail riding and you're flying through the trails, and then you come back and it's like a humid day out, and you pull the saddle off and you see this steam occurring. That is something you do want to keep an eye on, because if the horse is showing signs of like lethargy, extreme lethargy, or rapid, heartbeat that just won't slow down, and they are steaming, then that could mean that their body is having a really hard time cooling down, and they can go into heat stroke. So you want to be super careful with that. In those instances, you would just want to take a cool sponge, like a wet sponge, and kind of sponge them off to cool them down. And then you want to take another, it's called a sweat scraper. After you've sponged them off, you want to take that sweat scraper and get them, get them scraped off until you can get their body temperature down. Another thing to watch out for is if, like in the winter, if you're blanketing horses and you lift that blanket and they're kind of wet and like a little bit sweaty under the blanket and they're steaming, You do want to be very aware of that because they can overheat, and you never want a horse wet under their blanket. So you would pull that blanket off. I mean, ideally get them into a warmer area like a barn or at least a covered area. And then you want to pull that blanket off, and you want to take some towels, and you want to get that horse as dry as you possibly can, because you do not want to put a wet horse under a blanket, and you don't want to put a wet blanket on a horse. Okay, you can make them very sick by doing that. So, but in these instances where we're just standing outside, everybody right now is napping, everybody's just kind of chilling. What you're getting out of this is really just kind of a cool visual effect, more so than anything else. It's not harming these horses at all to have steam rising off their backs at the moment. There is a little bit coming off Whiskey's back, but I don't think I'm at the right angle for you all to see that. The light, oh, you can see it right on his rump there. See that steam coming off his back? So they're all doing it right now. It's just because the rain that's hitting their bodies is vaporizing, because their bodies, their body temperatures are so warm. So hope that helps you all to learn something a little bit new. And yeah, just kind of some fun science here. We're pulling out our Bill Nye the Science Guy here today, and we're gonna teach you guys about vaporizing horses. So, all right, have a good one. I'm gonna go get out of the rain since these fools just want to stand in it all day, but I'm getting soaking wet. All right, take care.